All right, Kevin Stefanski talked about a guy that really has just come in and done everything you want. David Bell has dropped, I think he said, one pass through OTAs and minicamp. Here's Kevin Stefanski on how David Bell fits in.
Diligent worker, wants to be good at this, so you see him working. He's the guy that gets extra. He'll be in the facility at all hours, working real hard with Coach O'Shea to refine the game. He's a rookie, so he's got plenty of room to grow, and we'll have time to do that, but he's doing a nice job. He's working hard.
The other thing that was really interesting, Quincy, David Bell mentioned that they made him the locker mate of Deshaun Watson. You don't do that with a rookie unless you plan on him having a pretty significant role in your offense.
No, they got big plans for David Bell. They have a lot of high hopes for him, at least, right? Now, as far as will he live up to that, it's looking good. Want to see him in pads, do this, the whole physical element of it. But if he looks like this in week 2 of camp, I feel pretty confident he's going to be a pretty productive player for you. But because all the questions about David Bell weren't about whether he can play football, it was about whether those skills translated right from the college game to the NFL game. If his skills are translating against his teammates, and he's playing against really good teammates, right, on his defense. So if that translates in camp when they have pads on, he's going to absolutely be what he looks like he is right now in camp, which is a really reliable, solid wide receiver. And that's the wide receiver. Those are the wide receivers that Deshaun Watson has made a lot of money with over the years, right? People forget DeAndre Hopkins is not this freak of an athlete at wide receiver, but he is really reliable and has tremendous hands and runs really dependable routes. And that's what Deshaun really thrived with. With him, it seems like David Bell is a similar connection with him. David Bell also has a bigger catch radius than what people think. Not an explosive athlete, but he just throws them arms up and he just, whatever touches his fingertips, he catches, which, you can have a tremendous catch radius, right? We've seen this with Braylon Edwards, where the catch radius is tremendous. That don't necessarily mean that it's going to be a catch radius, right? Because you got to catch the ball no matter how far you can stretch out. And sometimes that was an issue, right? Greg Little was another player that we can mention in that era, right? Where he had a tremendous potential catch radius, but sometimes he hits him right in the chest and he doesn't catch it. So that's a nice to know that that's not going to be an issue for David Bell. We've seen that ruin a lot of wide receivers. Deontay Johnson in Pittsburgh's another example of a guy who is a tremendous wide receiver who struggles a little bit with the receiving part of that whole description.